Hey, it's me from Blackberry Patch Homestead, and I wanted to show you all a very quick video on cooking plantains. A lot of people think that this is a banana, a terrible looking banana, but it's not. It's actually a plantain, and this is pretty much the proper way a plantain is supposed to look like. Not, as this is my banana, that's actually a little bit overripe. Not like a banana, but a plantain. They should look pretty much almost black by the time that they are actually ripe in the way that you want them to cook. I've got my skillet heated up with some oil in it. I've actually got one of the plantains cut up in there, and it's starting to cook. But I figured I'd do this real quick. Once you get the plantains, I've got 3 more here. Once you get the plantains to the proper ripeness, and this is how pretty much, like, if you go to any of the restaurants, the Cuban restaurants and stuff in Florida, that when you have really good plantains, this is, as far as I know, this is how they do it. And the ripeness of how the plantains are. So anyway, you cut the top of the plantain. It is not going to peel like a banana at all. Think more along the lines of like a yam, okay? Sometimes it doesn't want to go, so almost like you're gutting an animal. You've got to just peel the skin a little bit and just kind of separate it from the innards, which should, if it's ripe, it's going to be a little bit mushy, but not terribly mushy. It should still, if it's at a good ripeness, it'll stay fairly firm and formed. And then just cut it chunks and throw it into the skillet. You might get, like, this is kind of yucky right here. That's more of just a hardness, woodiness, or whatever from the skin. It doesn't take long to peel them, and to cook them is pretty easy. You're just frying them, and you don't even need to put them in a lot of oil. I'm using olive oil on a medium heat. I've never done butter, but I suppose you could. Pretty much this is the way it was instructed to me to do it. It was with olive oil or oil, and then you fry them. Now, when they are ripe, the sugar that is in the skin, it finally matures into, the skin will get real thick when it's green, when they get it right off the tree, and then it starts to thin out, and you can kind of feel that if you get very green plantains. And then it will be even more pronounced as it gets the yellow black. And I've even had some of them that have mold growing on them. They're perfectly fine on the skin. Obviously you don't want that to translate into the inside, but it happens. And then you just, the sugar that's in that skin, and you can kind of see it, it's actually fairly thin. You just end up, the sugar actually gets into, basically it's a yam. So I got a little bit of the skin stuck on that, so we're just going to cut that off. You don't want that. It's a little woody. I call it woody. I don't know what it's actually is. It's really non-edible. And sometimes you do have to do this if it gets a little bit too mushy in some areas. Be careful though, because you can let it go over ripe. I have had that happen before. Like a section of it gets a little bit yucky. Just cut it out and get rid of that. But when it's all done and good, you just start frying it, and it will start to brown, and it becomes almost caramelized a little bit. And that is, to me, is the best, is when it just gets a little bit caramelized and it's kind of crunchy and a little bit soft on the inside. It's very, very unique flavor, and it's sweet. It's actually surprising how sweet it really is. But so here is, I don't know if you can see it, it's just starting a little bit. There it is, a little bit starting to get caramelized. I usually let that go pretty extreme. That's just my preference. You can cook it however you want to. But it's one of the things that we do up here in the mountains, and kind of bring a little bit of taste of Florida home, so that we can have, you know, roast chicken, black beans and rice, and plantains. Yummy, yummy Florida dish. So definitely try some if you've never actually tried any plantains before, because they are excellent. Thank you, and I hope you have enjoyable cooking. Bye.